So Jeff, I was mentioning to you, Jeff's my camera guy, for those of you guys who don't know. Love Jeff, been working with him for years, does great stuff. And we were talking about, he asked me what books am I writing right now, because we were talking about fasting. I went to the jungle in Costa Rica, and I was fasting, which means no food, no supplements, just water. Yes, just water. This year I did 18 days in the jungle, and then last year I did 30 days in the jungle of just water. And some of you guys might not believe that. And we were talking about fasting, because everybody always asks me about fasting. I go fasting every year. I think it's important to do. I don't go to doctors anymore. I don't take any drugs. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in supplements. So I came back from my fast, and actually at the end of my fast, where I started eating fruit again, the refeed, I wrote a book in 4 days called The Close, 7-Level Selling. So it's my fourth book. It's about selling. It's about, it's really my number one talent and skill. So it's a great gift to bring to the world for, guys like yourself, guys and girls at home. Now, I've been on a roll since I was fasting. I've had a bit of a spiritual awakening. One thing that I learned was I need to do less this year. It's 2018, I got to do less things. So I came home, I cut a whole bunch of projects that didn't make sense. I cut a whole bunch of things I was pushing for and just said, I'm gonna do like a very small amount of things. And I had a book written, The Close. And then what happened was, I was telling Jeff, I'm finishing another book right now. This is all in a 30-day time span. I got back from, what's the date today? It's January 26th. I've been home from Costa Rica for 10 or 14 days. And in the last 30 days, I've written 2 full books. And this stuff is some of my best stuff. And it's not even about real estate, it's sales, which is huge. And I'm writing this book right now called Hard Times Create Strong Men. And Jeff, we were just talking, me and him, he says, hey man, let me pick up the camera because we got to hear this message. And Hard Times Create Strong Men, I wrote a blog last year at about October, November. And I saw this poem online and it read, weak men create hard times create, it's good times create weak men create hard times create strong men. So it's a cyclical history cycle of weakness and power and strength. And we were talking about hard times create strong men, and Jeff, he's filming right now, he just said, oh, it's totally true, man, it's totally true. And I said, yeah, we're getting weak here in the Western world. And the weakness is getting out of control. Like right now, America is kind of like the Rome, the last big empire to fall. The empires have been Greece, it fell, Rome, it fell, Britain really after World War II lost all its power. And now America is the next empire. And what happened at the end of the empire is the men become weak, and then the barbarians come in and raid, right? There's all different stories throughout history of weak empires where the barbarians come in and destroy everything that we built. So I'm writing this book, Hard Times Create Strong Men. And right now, men are weak because we've had about 3 or 4 generations of men raised by women. And I don't mean that in a mean or derogatory way, women aren't bad, but from about age 12, historically, men have been raised by men, not their moms. So the mom would raise the boy till he's 12, and then at 12 he goes with the man, learns how to be a man. So what's happened in our society over here is the men are gone, the fathers are gone through divorce, through abandonment, whatever, and we have generations of boys with no dads who are growing up, never learning to become men. And so I wrote this book, Hard Times Create Strong Men. It's gonna be 500 or 600 pages. It's the man Bible of all the things that men need to know on how to become men, because there are no more dads, there are no more mentors. I've spent 300,000 hours traveling the world, learning from men who are mentors to me, but I have to pay for it because my own dad, I'm mentoring him right now. He works for me. So, it's a relevant topic, and there's 4 parts to the book. It's gonna be offensive. I wrote right on the front, warning, this book will offend you. This book is not for women, and that's not a thing. Women can read it if you want, but it's about men, ladies. I know a lot of women have reached out to me already, and they say, I want to get the book for my husband, I want to get the book for my boyfriend. I won't say who those women are, but good for you. And it's interesting because everybody I tell about this book is very interested. The men are interested, the women are interested. It seems to have struck a chord. And I was saying to Jeff, you know, we live in a time right now where hard times are coming because we are a weak man society. And we are so messed up over here that, you know, we acknowledge, especially in America, that America's messed up. And when countries get messed up, they start electing strong leaders. So if you look like World War II, Germany was screwed up, so they elected Adolf Hitler. Russia was screwed up, they elected Stalin, or they brought Stalin in and Lenin. And, you know, they had a very strong leader. You know, they had de Gaulle in France. They had, they had Stukov. He was a general. You had Rommel leading the German troops. You had General George S. Patton. You had Eisenhower, Churchill. Yeah, every country had a strong leader in that hard time. Now you look at our leaders today, we have frickin' Justin Trudeau, girly man, weakness. You had Obama, 8 years of weakness, incompetence, garbage. And so it goes weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong throughout history. So they're into Donald Trump, strong man. Russia's into Putin, strong man. So we're like getting ready for like another war here, putting all these strong men in place. But this is the messed up part. In history, strong men have been able to be violent. And if you look at Putin, if you talk trash about Putin, you're dead. He'll kill you. The reporters who talk trash about Putin, they're killed. Trump right now, he's a strong man and he's fixing problems. You can love him or hate him. He's doing a good job of fixing problems in that very screwed up country of America. I love America. I'm Canadian, but I love America. I love everything about it. It's a great country, great idea. I love freedom. So Donald Trump's there fixing problems and being a strong man, being a leader, and the people elected him because they've been getting screwed for 40 years. And he called it out. He said, this is exactly what the problem is, very manly. And what happened with Trump is the media is smashing him every day. Women are smashing him every day. You know, the lesbians, the gays, the Hispanics, like whatever. There's all these groups attacking him every day. And it's too bad because what he probably should do, and I'm not saying this is right, but what strongmen have done throughout history who are leaders, they'll just start assassinating reporters until, you know, the propaganda changes in their favor. You know, you probably couldn't talk trash about Hitler or Stalin or Churchill. They would just kill you. It would be national defense. So we're in a very weird time right now where you can't even be a strong man. So there are no strong men. There's no fathers. And if you do find a strong man, there's people smashing him down and beating him down. And some of the problem is, you know, the feminism and female empowerment. That is an issue. Good for women. They've been more empowered in the last 70 years. Good for them. Some of it is, you know, breakdown of religion. That's a complete disaster. Some of it is just the laws and the politics are not in men's favor. Some of it is, you know, could be an agenda. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a really great book, Hard Times Create Strong Men, because it's going to open the conversation. And I think it's time to start teaching young men how to be strong because we've had so much weakness in this country. We've had so much weakness over here. And the weakness is going to bring bigger problems. So if you want to get a copy of this book, you know, comment below. I'll talk to you. And, you know, don't be insulted about this topic. The fact that I have to mention don't be insulted is part of the problem. Like, we're in the world now where it's evil to even mention that we have a problem. You know, Donald Trump talks about illegal immigration and Mexico dumping prisoners on the border. Now he's a racist. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So we're in a time where you can't even identify problems or say they're problems. I might be hated for this message. I might be loved for the message by some people, but I think the message has to get out there. It's time for men to be strong again. And the women want that, the men want that. Everybody loves a strong man, but we gotta change how we think. I'm Stefan Aarnio, guys. If you want the book, put a comment below. It's not gonna be cheap. It's gonna be like 500 pages. It's gonna be the Man Bible. It's gonna cost me a ton of money to ship it to you, but it's gonna be great. I'm Stefan Aarnio, respect the grind. Like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next video.